guys, it is Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Because today we are going to be talking about the degeneracy of passport to bros.
This comes from. This is coming from Fox
News
26 Houston News.
Okay.
And it was so funny because I couldn't stop laughing because the reporter, to me,
Was quite biased.
he seemed to be like not objective, right? He seemed to
Yeah.
be really against these guys, which I just found to be quite funny. I mean, he was almost kind of accusing them of sex tourism.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, this particular brother, the one who was on, and we will link it down below, who was on the show, apparently he went to Brazil because he wanted Brazilian women. He wanted to go live there.
Because he said American women are
Right.
not submissive.
They're not submissive.
And all this
They're
stuff.
too strong. And he kind of insinuated that they're not intelligent. He cannot have a conversation with them.
And I just want to quickly make a quick statement. The reason why most women in America are not submissive is because we have degenerates as men in the society that don't want to be men. So we have to be men and women and try to provide for ourselves.
Because we know
we
our
can't.
masculine energy.
Yes.
But that,
And the men just aren't doing right by women in general.
No.
So I mean, you want to blame women for that?
Yeah.
Look at yourself, sir. And this is an African American man who
Yes,
has a
he is.
passport, decides he wants to go there. He had even posted some video talking about, are Brazilian women just easy? Well, he was in Brazil. They caught his ass
Yeah,
with
those
that YouTube
gangsters
clip.
ran his ass out of Brazil. And so he was
He had
like,
to flee to Thailand,
I'm
allegedly.
going to go now and go to Thailand. And he was like, he didn't mean to say that they were easy. What he was trying to say, I guess, was they're easier to deal with. I guess that's what he was trying to say.
The man's
But my
23.
thing
Like,
was-
he's younger than me. And he's talking about how he can't find any good woman in America.
I know that he has put in the time. And then the guy asked him, he said, oh, how old are you? He looks older than 23. But he says, how old are you? And the guy says 23. And that...
He's like younger than me.
Like he wanted to fall out.
Even I know
He's
I have
like
not. I mean, you have to
23.
live life a little bit longer before you can say, oh, there's no good men. I mean, I can't really say that because I haven't had like that many experiences. You know, like
I was like, what? But you never know. Maybe he has been around the block. Maybe he got a real high body count. Maybe he'd be around hoeing around. But then the thing is, though, this is my thing. So what you do, you go here, right? Exploit all the women here in America.
right.
Coerce them into sex. Maybe that's what he's done. You know what I'm saying? And so now all of a sudden, oh no, these women I can't be with.
Yeah.
The ones that you've ruined, and now you're off to a foreign country. Let me tell you something as a foreigner. And this is with foreigners worldwide. It really doesn't matter what race you are. Let me just tell you straight, because foreigners around the world, especially the women, they don't really like African American men. They don't. They really, really don't. And they don't have a lot of respect for them. I'm just being honest. As a foreigner.
I mean, why would they? Look at the music. Look at what they portray
Because
all around
of the
world.
music, because of the way they talk so badly about black women.
I remember
So
Meek Mill
a
had.
foreigner looks at you and
Yeah.
says to themselves,
They have no
because
respect.
when you go outside of America, right, people around the world are really about family.
Yeah.
They're really about their culture. They're really about their nation. They're truly conservative nationalists
Yeah. For sure.
around the world.
Yeah.
So when they hear you bad mouthing your own women,
Where you come from?
right, who women are held in high esteem in terms of, these are the people who are raising our families. You know what I'm saying? And they hear the way you talk about them. It really, you think that you are, I think the black men in America, they actually think that, oh, the more badly we talk about them, the more people are going to hate black women. That's not the case. If you go around the world, a lot of women admire black women. Women and men admire African American women. They find them to be strong. They love that. They find them to be opinionated. That's why Beyonce is so big all over the place. Rihanna. Just call any African American person. They love them. They love African American women because they see the suffering. They look at the African American woman. They say, you really shouldn't be suffering because you're in America. But you're suffering because of your men. Look at how your men treat you. So in a sense, they look at African American woman almost like being a martyr. She's the one who's holding the community together, who's doing all of this with ungrateful men. So the women don't want the men because they're like, these are not real men. Because real men don't put down their women. They don't put down their own women. They don't go outside of their community to badmouth their community. When you go outside of America, it is conservative nationalist. People love their country.
And you know what?
Even when they go to the West and all that stuff, there's something that calls them. They may not tell you, but they will tell another foreigner.
And I just want to make this quick statement because also, we have interracial couples, right? Mm-hmm. You may see black men, yes, they go to date white women, that's fine. But when you see a black woman go and be with a white man, or they get married, or whatever the case may be, you will never hear that white man come out of his mouth. He might be with a black woman, he might have biracial kids, all that, but you will never see him come out and bash his own white woman. He understands that's where he comes from. He understands that he has to respect her, even if he's not with that race, because that's where he comes from. So they never put down their own community, even if they're not with that person of color. But black men go and they bastardize black women, bastardize everything about them, and then say, this is why we're not with them. This is why we want to be white women. Instead of just going to being with the white women. But you have to put them down. Thailand, Chinese,
women,
whatever.
I don't think anybody really gives a...
No one actually gives a fuck. Please,
I don't really
take
think
yourself out of the community.
I know you honestly think that women are thinking about you.
It's not
they really
case,
are not. And then the other thing too, on the other spectrum, you will never hear that black woman who is in an interracial relationship
talk bad about black men,
beating down black men to them.
No.
It's a matter of having some pride about your shit. And you see, because you are black. You understand that concept? You're black. Have you ever heard the theme, keep your shit at home? You know what I'm saying? Keep your dirty laundry to your damn self.
Yeah.
Dum-dum.
Hello.
I mean, do you even grasp that?
No, they don't.
So when you go and do that, people look at you as a traitor. They look at you as a traitor. How can you...
Even the white women that you are with don't respect you. That's why they put y'all down, even when you're with them.
No woman, any race of woman who respects African American men. They don't. They do not. They just don't have zero respect for you. And it's a shame. It's a shame, it's just a shame. It is just a shame. It is just a shame. You guys have got to do better, but that's your problem. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. It has to take another African American black man to tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying?
It takes them as a whole to get their shit together.
To do that, and I will not. But now you're getting embarrassed. And it's funny too. You're gonna continue to get embarrassed. When I first heard about passport bro with African American men, I just thought to myself, I said, this will end badly. I think I told you it was gonna end badly.
Yeah.
Because I was just seeing how the foreign women were probably literally running in house to cover themselves. Because oh my God, they have passports. They're gonna be coming to our country now. Can you imagine the talk that they were having amongst each other?
First you put down American women, and then you come to Brazil, where you said that's where you want to be, because the women, they're so much easier to deal with. Being at 23, you know something, right? But then you go there, and you also go and you insult them. So what was the point? That's why
the man don't. You see,
he is actually a degenerate, and he's actually dumb. That's when the elevator don't even leave the goddamn garage. That's what happens. You insult that American woman, and then you come to Brazil. You shoot a YouTube video while you're in Brazil and say, "Oh, are they just easy?"
I know.
It's like you had already come to the conclusion that they're easy, and now you want to talk further about how easy they are and why are they just like this.
All I can
First,
say
you
is-
couldn't stand strong women. Now you can't stand easy women. Maybe you don't like women. Maybe you batting for another team.
Hello.
I mean,
like,
I feel like men who go out of their way to
I
like
actually
really
thought
put down
when
women.
I first saw him,
You
I
did
did
think-
think he was. Because I was like, passport bros. I was thinking he was going after a woman. I knew the passport bros that were going for the women, but I thought maybe he's going for men, but international men. That's what I thought when I first saw him. I thought he was probably bisexual, but apparently he's not. Well, he
don't
doesn't
know.
say, so we don't know. But yeah, it's just.
I mean,
You're
it's
very
odd
right.
when a
You're like,
man
how-
goes out of his way to put
Oh.
down women, like all women. It's just odd because
But-
men who actually genuinely like women don't do that for real.
But you know something? This is exactly when
That's
you
just
go
odd.
around
It's very odd.
insulting women. It's just a matter of time that you do it to every woman. It's not just an anomaly, like you just do it with black women
You did
here in
with the
America.
American woman and then the
You're going to
Brazilian
do it with
women.
the Brazil woman because this has been your habit.
Yeah.
This has been your character. This is what you do.
Yeah.
But it was really quite stupid to be in Brazil.
and make that video.
You're lucky your tail didn't come up missing, that you got into Thailand just in time. And I'm surprised they let you in. They probably just don't know about you yet. But don't worry. Once the news continues to go,
And circulate.
I will be ready to and be like, oh my God. You know, because even as poor as they are, some of them who are poor, because it's not all Brazilian women that are poor. Those girls he was talking to did not look poor to me.
And then he's talking about how, I
The
buy
money.
them lunch or whatever stuff. And then he's like, well, are you buying them lunch because they are prostitutes?
I
Like,
know.
what are you doing?
No,
Basically.
he was pretty much saying, he was trying to figure out, why are you
He was like,
leaving?
I don't pay them, whatever, but I may buy them lunch. And he's like, why are you buying them lunch?
No, don't they have food? Like, why are you buying them lunch for what exactly? You know?
He was like, is that their payment?
Yeah. Instead of him just saying, like, I take them out to dinner. Why don't you just take them out to dinner?
I buy them lunch.
But you see,
I buy them food. That was odd.
but you know, some of them have this this really nonsensical way of thinking about when they go on dates. I've heard some of these African American men say things like,
Oh my God,
I don't
no,
go
wait.
to dinner because it will cost so much money, right? So they prefer to do either lunch or maybe a brunch or go for a drink.
Listen, I feel like
a little cheapo.
some African American men, because I saw a clip of this yesterday on Spiritual World.
Mhm.
This man, apparently he had flew out this girl or whatever
Okay.
to come see him in Miami or whatever, stuff like that. Not Miami, I can't remember where it was. There's always some crazy stuff happening in Miami.
But an
If it's
American
not
girl.
it was an American girl, black
Okay.
girl. He had flew her out or whatever, stuff like that. Basically, fast forward to him recording her. She's on the bed or whatever, with her legs
my
crossed,
God.
not naked or anything. But he's basically cussing her out, talking about, you need to get the F out of here. I done spent $5,000 on you, and you not trying to give up the cookie. I've been a gentleman
What?
all week. Da 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 da. You need to get the hell out of here. How dare you? And then he's like, shut up, broad. Shut up or whatever. Let me speak. And then he's like, you need to get the hell out. Like, he literally was going off on
You
her
have to do a video on just that.
yeah, I totally forgot to show you because I saw it 2 days ago and I was so pissed off. I just put my phone down. I was like, I can't.
But you see,
But
this
my
is the
thing
thing.
is, you feel entitled. Me personally, I am not a woman who is going to be having a man fly me out. Let me just start there.
Yeah.
And if he's not my husband, there's no reason for me to go fly out and see you nowhere.
No.
You can come where I am, honey,
Yes.
and we can go
You
out.
come on my home ground
Yes,
where I got my peoples,
exactly,
but you never go to his own space.
exactly.
That doesn't make
But-
any security sense. And women,
Yeah.
you just need to stop doing that. It is not cute. It's not. This is not a romance novel that's
Oh,
made.
and he was mad at her because she had bought the steak, and then bought the lobster. Talking about, I spent all this money. You here talking about how, you don't do McDonald's and how you need a fancy dinner. I did all that. Now you're not gonna give me some cookie. Like, it was just so degenerate.
So that's the mindset. I pay for your lunch. And that's why I guess that's why the
Because
guy
they
asked
view
him,
women as prostitutes. Because, I mean, why would you even say that? Like, oh, I flew her out. A woman's not obligated to give you anything. And if you think that, oh, I'm going to pay all this money, she's going to give it up to me, go see a prostitute on the corner. That way you don't have to be dealing with, oh, am I going to get some or not? Yeah. Like, for you to go and
maybe with
it's
a prostitute,
just degenerate.
It might even be more money than that. I don't know what the going rate is, but it probably be more money than that, especially if you have some asshole, like, who wants to lay down and do anything with you. You have to pay an arm and a leg, probably.
Like,
and
women,
so that's why they don't want to.
Men don't
do
like
that.
Just because you pay for a dinner does not mean that woman owes you her body.
But
like, that's just, but that's the degenerate mindset.
And
when people around the world, all that they know about African Americans is what they put out on TV, what they put out on social media, and what they put out in the music.
Well, that's what the
so
men
if it's
are
all
doing.
degenerate, if it's all degenerate, how do you think people are respecting y'all? They're not they're not actually in America, and they really don't go and try to listen to American news like that or whatever.
No.
So whatever you put out there, that's what they're going to think. They already have what's that word? A preconceived notion about you. A stereotype about you. So when you're doing degeneracy, think about that. Yeah. People around the world who travel are now seeing you for what you are.
Yeah. And now you're traveling and you think you're going to be in their country and you're going to call their women names?
Oh, hell no. You better take your raggedy self somewhere.
You know what it is? It's because they have been used to doing it here in America. They call black women every name in the book, right? And really,
everything but a child of God.
It is the man who is supposed to protect the woman. And you see that happening in every other community, right? White men protect their women. Asian men protect their women. Hispanic men protect their women.
I remember when they had protests in China, and guess what the men did? There was a protest in China. I can't remember what it was about or whatever.
I remember.
But the men, they circled the women and the children, and they were on the front line.
And there were not a lot of women.
It wasn't many.
Protest. It was the men who were there, and they circled the women. Yes. To protect them, but not with us. Black Lives Matter. We are on the front stage.
Yeah, we like this.
Remember that woman?
Black men are suffering. If black men are suffering, what do you think what black women are doing?
Yeah, but do you remember that woman? Who there was? It was such a.
She was in a sundress and sandals, and she was like this, and they were running towards her.
And they were running towards her, and she was there by herself. There was not one black man who said, "Let me go and stand next to my sister." Who is here? Because they could have shot her dead. She was right there. It was such a poignant photo when you see it.
Yeah, shout out to the photographer.
This is in that moment you really saw the bravery that, like, putting my life on the line for my black people. You saw that in black women, and that's what the world saw with that picture.
But you know what's
and then
really
they look
sad?
At the protest and they see us on the front line, and so that's why they cannot comprehend. They just cannot comprehend when they see these. Really, they're traitors.
But you know,
and you know
really
what
sad?
They do with traitors in other parts of the world? Well, you should know. I'm sure you see the news. So really, in their mind, black men in America are just traitors. Look at how they treat their women. So how do we expect them to have any kind of loyalty, show any kind of manhood when they come to our women?
But you know what's really sad? Like, you saw the black women out there and all people out there protesting for George Floyd. It was such a huge thing. Mm-hmm. And fast forward, what's been like 2-3 years now. What do you see? You see basically black men being terrorists in their own communities. Yes. That's all you see on the news. Yeah. A black man killed his girlfriend, shot her in the back 10 times, shot the kids, murdered her, slit her throat. Yeah. Like, you just see the black men
cut up the
out
tummy
here.
Of a pregnant woman.
Yes.
So much.
Literally every single day. Like, I remember this one man, he followed a black woman because she had said something to him or whatever when he was parking his car or something like that. Mm-hmm. He runs her over, like literally chased her down the block for a mile, ran her over, they came back, ran her over again.
She got up and continued to run.
Yes, he literally crushed her femur. Mm-hmm. Was it her thigh bones? Yeah. Like, was it one of her ribs were collapsed or whatever? Mm-hmm. Like, every single day you see some black man doing some atrocious shit to black women. And then you start to see them also doing it to their preferences as well. Remember,
It's a bug.
remember when was it that football player got that white woman and threw her around the room like a goddamn rag doll?
I know, I remember
like,
that.
Literally being terrorist.
Yeah.
Like, since George Floyd, you guys did not say, oh,
Thank
let's
you.
use this momentum to actually do better in our communities. Let's
And
actually
build our
come
community
together,
up.
build our community. Like, the whole world was on the black people's side. And you guys have taken that.
Took that.
And are now being even more degenerate.
No, they did not want to have. They rather have.
It's sad. It's actually sad.
They don't want to have sympathy from the world if it includes the black woman, because they want to have it by themselves.
No, they just want to be victims. They want to be victims, and they want to have white people privilege. Like, I can do whatever I want, and nobody says anything. I'm sorry, you're black. You're black.
Well,
that's not going to happen.
It's not even about do whatever you want at this point.
Like, it's just they want to be like acting the plum fool.
It has been this character. It's a character issue.
I can't.
It's a character issue, but what, like I said, is going to end badly, because nobody wants you in their country. I don't think.
No.
But go there anyway, because experience, like LeBron James says, is the best teacher. You know, I always wonder, where are the men like LeBron James? Where are they?
They come a dime a dozen, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, they're there, but they're not. It's not a lot, and it's a shame, because we're the smallest demographic in the U.S.
and the most embarrassing demographic. We're less than the Asians.
It's because of
the black men.
It's because of the men.
Just
Unfortunately for you, you're going with your foolishness for the world to see. Don't get arrested like Tate in another country.
You would think that you wouldn't do that. Passport bros, you would look at somebody like Andrew Tate, who was around, like, this man literally said that.
Although he's not black, he's biracial, but still, he has a black father.
That's enough. That's all we got to say about that. But my thing is, you see Andrew Tate. He was sitting down there like an idiot. And he was talking about how, the worst thing a man could do is have loose lips. You have been self-snitching on yourself from the beginning. I know. And now you want to sit, like, you have been self-snitching on yourself.
Well, isn't this what this passport bro did? He's
mean,
talk
really,
about women just easy. So you really let the world know, I'm here for the trafficking, but the trafficking is going very easily. Oh my God, I'm able to get these women so easy.
Tate was just arrested. His cars have been repossessed. All of this. You would think you would have some intellect to know, let me not do dumb shit like this, and then tell on myself.
Yeah. They've been getting away with it. They have a very small, like, kind of a little microcosm, like a little... They just stay in their own little group with the other degenerates, and so they just stay there. It's only these men they only talk to black men in America, so they never expand their world so that someone can help them with critical thinking. You know, that's what happens. And so you go now out there in front of the world and you talk absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
You think it made sense, but then you're also self-snitching. You're also telling on yourself like a fool. You're running your mouth. It will be so easy. You want to do passport bros? Have your passport bros. It's great for people to have a passport. It's wonderful to travel the world. But must you not only beat us down, insult us, but then lie on us? Must you do that? Is that necessary? It's not necessary. Go about your business. Go travel. Hey, find the women if you can. Go there. Go marry. In fact, go live there. Yeah. Because the more of you who have this crazy mindset, the more of you leave, the better it will be, probably for the community.
Yeah.
Because the ones who will stay, hopefully, will be those community builders. Though dime a dozen. I want to say a dime a... Not even a dime a dozen. A dime, I don't know. 5 dozen? It's not many.
No.
But yeah, I just wanted to bring that. It was quite funny.
Yeah.
Quite funny.
We have now spent 22 minutes on this degeneracy, and I have a headache.
Oh, I know.
I know, like, it's
And
too
Now
much.
it's gonna be hard to.
I hope that they get. I hope they get the day that they deserve.
Yes.
Yes.
Wishing you, Passport Bros, the day that you deserve. The year that you deserve.
The decades that you deserve. Well, we can't really say that because we never know when someone's time is up. I mean, look at Kevin Samuels. So, I mean, it really was not long. Like, he grew, like, he blew up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, within a year or two, he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
With a woman that he said was what was, like, at the bottom of the totem pole. And then his daughter came out and actually said how much of a degenerate he was and was slapping her around.
You silly cat.
So, my thing is, I'm just going to say this. God is not playing when it comes to black women.
No.
When it comes to women in general. So, if I were you, I would be very, very careful.
Yeah.
It didn't take long. Kevin Samuels, he was gone.
No. We don't want to warn them. We want them to just go into it. Continue.
Yes.
Continue. And
On your path.
eventually you will get the day you deserve.
It's Mary.
And Alma.
Leave us a like,
Share.
subscribe,
And comment.
down below.